Damn. Woo! That's a big ass tilapia.
Heck yeah, man.
Holy shit. God damn.
Don't they have teeth?
Little ones, but you can't really put them. Take a picture.
Take a picture of it with this.
Yeah, just turn it on. Probably the biggest tilapia I've ever caught in my life.
Man.
Hey guys, we just got back from our tilapia adventures. That's what we got today. So we're gonna do a little catch, cook, and clean. Catch, clean, and cook, I should say. All right, so first thing you wanna do is you're gonna wanna scale the fish. They got huge scales. Stay zoomed in. This is probably one of the biggest tilapias I've ever caught, if not the biggest. You want to be careful when you scale around here because they got these little spines and barbs right here. So if you're scaling, you don't want to get poked by that. So be very careful. Sometimes I like to hold them back and just get all up in there on the belly. Flip it over, do the same to this side. Don't do what I just did. I got stabbed right here. These things are sharp. See how I'm bleeding?
Oh yeah, man. Please be careful with that.
Once I get all the scales off, I'll take you guys inside and we'll show you how to fillet this thing. All right, next step in the process of cleaning this fish is you're gonna wanna go ahead and gut it. They got an anal place right here, and you wanna get right above it. You don't really wanna go in it, but right above it. You slowly get your knife to work up in it. Try not to poke the guts up, you know. Take your time and go nice and slow. Get a good sharp knife always helps, so. Okay. Go all the way up till you reach the breastplate. You're gonna go right behind the gill plate. They got another secondary like gill rake or something like that. I forgot what the name of this little piece is, but it's hard. Go right up under that. Slice right down to the bone, up to the head. Okay. Once you get that done, you're gonna come in right above this spine, right here, right above here, and just make you a small cut, or you can come down from this side. It's probably gonna be easier. And you'll feel the bones with your knife, and you just want to get in there and get it started. Once you get it started, it goes a lot smoother. You'll feel the bones. Just run your knife right up along there, pull right on out, then cut back to the meat, or to the center bone, spinal bone, and continue all the way down. Same thing, all the way. Just feel the bones, poke it, slide it, and then as you're cutting this, you can just fillet it right on back. Once you get to that bone, that center bone, you'll feel it. You can stop, and then continue. Just roll the knife right over top of the bone, and then push back down so you feel the other side of the ribs on the bottom. You can fillet right over the ribs, like so. fillet the meat right off the skin. I like to poke a hole in there like this. Give you something to grab onto. And you can lay your fillet out and just pull the skin right off of it. Now you got just the skin with very little meat on there. It's got a little bit from where you first started the fillet, but then you got a full piece of meat without any skin on it. Alright guys, I'm going to show you how I make my tilapia fingers today, how I cook up most of my fish when I fry it. Just want to do little strips. Nothing, it doesn't have to be exact, anything like that. I like to call them tilapia fingers. Very simple, easy, small cuts. There are a few pin bones left in here, but they're small. When you fry it up, they'll get hard, and you can bite right through them. All right, next is to season it. Whenever I season my fish, I always use I always like to use the wet seasonings first. Today we're gonna use soy sauce, add a little salty flavor to it. You don't need much, just a little bit. Then you go to town with your dry seasonings. Today I'm gonna sprinkle lightly with garlic powder. I like garlic, so I'll put a little bit more extra in there than most people would. I also like a little kick in my fish, so we'll put a little cayenne pepper on there. And the main seasoning for today is going to be lemon pepper. Mix all that around. I always put my seasoning on before I flour it. That way it coats it in flour and it locks in the flavor. Alright, I forgot to add one thing, so I'm gonna go ahead and add that now. 1 egg, and that kind of helps keep the flour on the fish itself. Alright, go ahead and mix that egg in with your hand. Make sure everything's nice and coated very well. Alright. Once that's good and coated, you can go ahead and start dipping in the flour. I'm making a video. If you can kind of keep it down a little bit, all right?
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you. You don't have to mute that or anything. Just, you know, just try not to talk too much. All right, on to the next step, coating it with flour. Normally I use a bag, but I'm out of big bags today, so we'll just go ahead and do it like this. Okay, once you get enough to line the bottom of your basket, you can go ahead and drop your basket in. I never give fish an exact time. I always wait till, you know, I feel like it's done. You know, you'll see it floating. You'll see the golden brown texture to it. And it should be done by then. Doesn't take long for fish to cook. You don't want to overcook it or you'll dry it right out. It'll be dry as a bone. You don't want that. All right, looks like everything's starting to float on up. Let's check the color. Oh yeah, they're ready. Shake as much grease off as possible. And then just throw it on a plate with a couple napkins to soak up the grease. And that's about it. right, looks like our second batch is just about done. Nice, crispy, golden brown tilapia fingers. Very good. If you guys enjoyed that video, make sure you smash the like button. Stay fresh, my friends.